Hey guys, welcome to another weekly portfolio update. I'm going to start off talking about my crypto here and the crypto market in general. If you follow crypto, you've probably seen that the crypto market has just kind of tanked heavily. If you've looked into it, you might have seen it was because of China announcement that China made about banning cryptocurrencies. I haven't read too much into it because it's relatively small investment of mine in crypto, and because I still think long term, even if one country is banning the use of cryptos, like cryptos still have valid potential, and it's just like a small piece of diversification that I'm going to hold, just so that I have something other than stocks and property. So during the dip prior to the dip, I had already sold off a bit of my cryptos, maybe like $800 or so US dollars of my crypto, and I had that sitting in USDT in my crypto account. So I deployed that money, bought the dip. I didn't catch the biggest dip, the initial dip, because it was 1:30 a.m. NZ time. I just woke up and was like, what just happened? But yeah, I still got a secondary dip that happened about 12 hours later, and a tertiary dip that happened maybe a couple days after, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I bought a lot of crypto at discounted prices, although my balance does not reflect that because two reasons. One, it's just gone down heaps. It's like almost 50% down in my crypto portfolio. And two, I started buying on margin. I think about $800 of margin in my Binance account, or around 700 or 800. So that doesn't show in this portfolio value. Otherwise, it wouldn't be the correct value. So moving to stocks. So it was a pretty good rebound for some of the more retail stocks, the pre-revenue and pre-profitability companies that have been taking a beating recently. There was some good moves this week, including Tattooed Chef had a 10% day, 10% positive, which is amazing because it's my largest position, 7.7k NZ, and it has brought me to being positive on Tattooed Chef, with a cost basis of 1940. So there was, a lot of these stocks have been moving up off of their lows, like Palantir got down into about 17, I believe. I missed Palantir, unfortunately. I didn't have any money to buy it when it was at its lows. I missed the bottom on Tattooed Chef as well. It went down to about 15.50. I bought a little bit of fiber around like 170 mark, but it got down to about the high 150s, around 160. So I have done a mortgage top-up of $10,000 on my house, and with that money I have put $2,000 into the stock market. I currently have 449 of it sitting in cash in one of the brokerages, and the rest I have purchased stocks that were beaten down, such as Fiverr, Coinbase, Palantir, and I think I got a little bit more SPCE under 20, and a little bit more Beyond Meat, because apparently I'm very far down in them as well. I have 39,000 that I've now invested into stocks, and considering I'm at 48,645, that's a total profit of $9,645. So yeah, pretty happy with those profits. Nothing close to what I was at in about February. I was up 20,000, but hey, it was still doing pretty well. This week alone was up $2,900, and then obviously I've added in $2,000, so this number is a lot bigger than it was last week's video. So there's still a few stocks that I want to buy if they drop any more. So Coinbase, if they drop under 210 or even under 200, I'll be wanting to buy more. Tesla, if it goes under 500, I could be interested in buying some Tesla. Fiverr under 175 probably, I'd start buying. Corsair Gaming under 30. Palantir under about $18 or $19. Tattooed Chef, if it fell back to 17s or something, I'd be buying that. Shopify, I really wanted to get some more Shopify when it was under 1,000, but I missed it. I only saw it like just above 1,000, and I did get a little bit more, but I didn't have the money at that time to really put any real amount of money in. Yeah, that's pretty much all the ones that I'm looking at buying more of. I'll show you the brokerages. So in this account, I'm up 45 bucks, very small amount. And in this account, I only hold GHVI and Planet 13. My Sharesies account. Yeah, no, those numbers are all inaccurate, but you can see the 2,000 that I've put in here this week, and yeah, another 1,000 last week. So I'm buying the dip, or trying to buy the dip as much as possible. Yep, everything's still very red, very negative, but yeah, that's all good. Getting positive. Slowly but surely. Actually, I would prefer in the short term that it goes down now that I've just got this money inflow. My Hatch account, still holding the Workhorse, down 69.31% at the moment. Hey, that's less than 1,000 in the red now. It was over 1,000. So a couple of other things I wanted to show. This is the past week on the Nasdaq, so it's fairly green, 0.75 in a week, not too bad. From the bottom on Wednesday, up 2.99%, which is quite big. And as you can see, the market kind of looks, or the Nasdaq looks like it's started to trend upwards from where it kind of bottomed on a short-term indicator, that is. But so a lot of the, just in the past week, a lot of the retail stocks that were getting heavily beaten down are outperforming the market. Obviously, they underperformed from, was it back here, February 12th, they started just going downhill. They were just straight down like here. Some stocks down 70% plus, and plenty down 50%. But yeah, just this past week, the high growth stocks that have been getting hit, they have outperformed the market, which is good because that's the stocks that a lot of us hold. And another thing I wanted to mention, I just missed it on my last video. I had a commenter clue me onto this. There's an investigation going on into CCIV. Apparently they announced some numbers prior to the merger that were never realistic, or at least that's what has been said. I'd recommend looking into it if you bought CCIV stock between, so February 20, it was January 11th and February 22nd, which I did. I bought on the 14th of January, so I am one of these people. I didn't put much in though, as you can see here. I'm still up 21%, so I'm not really complaining that much, but yeah, I don't know, if they find out something was wrong, hey, we might see some action from this, but who knows really. I'm not smart enough to fully understand what's going on here and determine what's going to happen from that. But yeah, just something to be aware of if you bought CCIV stock within that time frame. There is an investigation going on into the stock about false claims in order to pump the IPO price. Well, sorry, not the IPO price, the SPAC acquisition value, so that Lucid would get paid more for the what it was giving away. So I mean, Lucid got a good deal out of it, but potentially, yeah, fraudulent action. But hey, I am not a financial advisor and I don't really know what I'm talking about on this topic, so just ignore me. Yeah, so stock's doing pretty well. Crypto heavily beaten down. If you're looking at getting into crypto, I know so many people that were looking at crypto at all-time highs and being like, oh my god, everyone's making so much money, I'm gonna get in there too. I even I said it at work one day. There was about 8 of us standing around talking about the crypto that we're investing in, and I was like, I think I've heard something about this this kind of mentality, like when every person you know starts talking about it and everyone's bought in, that's when it's at its most risky and it's most likely to fall. And I said it, I told them, like, I'm calling it right now, we're at an all-time high and it's going to go down. And it did. Obviously not for the reasons that I was calling it for, but yeah, it had a big catalyst. But it is something to be aware of when pretty much everyone is in the market. It's at its most risky because there's so many, there's not enough people to come to the market to put money in the market to prop it up. It's more so in cryptos than it is in stocks, because big hedge funds and stuff pretty much dictate the prices of stocks. They have so much more money that retail investors don't really have the money to move the market as much. Obviously they can, and like as is proven by the GME situation, GameStop situation, but it's not really as common. But in the crypto market, pretty much everyone's a retail investor. You're only just starting to get the big hedge funds and stuff making their way into the crypto space. And yeah, so a lot of the movement in the crypto market is just individual people, or retail investors as they're called or referred to. They can actually move the market in crypto. Just like masses of people with small amounts each, or even some individual investors with large amounts, they move the markets quite far in crypto. So yeah, it does get a lot more risky, as was shown. There's a lot of news articles saying like move down like 30% in a day, but they were looking at I believe they were just looking at Bitcoin. There were some much larger moves than that in the day. Like, I believe while I was asleep, my portfolio would have been down, my crypto portfolio was down about 60% or so, potentially even more. And certain cryptos like Theta were down in the under $4 when their all-time high was about 16, I believe. So at least 75% down, potentially lower. Like, that's pretty crazy. And it wasn't just Theta, like there was plenty of coins out there that were just doing some ridiculous drops. It was very good buying for anyone who caught that flash crash. Pretty sure there would have been a lot of margin calls in that time. But yeah, when everything's super low, it's actually the least risky time to invest, despite how it may feel. So, and personally, like I find it difficult to determine the validity of crypto coins. So instead of doing a bunch of research into a specific few, I just hold about 15, is it? Around 15 coins that I think have potential use cases, and then I just, spread the money across it, and when they dip, I buy more. I don't follow the news and try and figure out like, oh, Theta's just got a huge contract with Samsung, I'm going to buy it today, or anything like that. I don't follow the news on all these, there's too many. So I just read up initially, and then I hold these coins long term and buy the dip, sometimes trim positions at all-time highs. But yeah, I don't follow each of them as much as I follow the stocks that I'm invested in. But yeah, thanks for watching the video. Leave a like and subscribe. Have a great day. See ya.